Greetings, my name is Joe Bastios. I'm the course director for edm613 Media Asset Creation, and this short video is all about the blogging component in our course. First off, need to know that the requirements are stated in FSO, and so we have 4 blog posts due each week. One should be specifically about the week's reading. 2 blog posts should be specifically about visiting your classmates' blog and commenting on the blog and then copying back to your blog. And then the 4th blog post is either a free choice or something related to possibly projects that are due that particular week. I'm thinking of the Publishing and Leadership Project, which has multiple blog requirements, and so that could be your 4th blog post. Or if you happen to be an individual that didn't make it to the WIMBA session, then your 4th blog post could be related to the reviewing the WIMBA archive. So how does this look? Well, using a fake iWeb blog post. This is one way that I have kind of put it all together, making a new blog page for each particular week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then going ahead and creating the blog post for each individual particular part. Okay, as far as the format of the blog post, we're going to talk about this in just a moment. Your blog entries can be text, or embedded audio or embedded video. And then I'm also requesting that if it's text primarily, then you should have some visual element. And if it's audio, then you should also have a visual element. And as we go through these little examples here, you'll be able to see that. The one thing that question I get a great deal is the length of each blog post. And basically, it's one of these sorts of things that I'm looking for the blog post to be long enough to show engagement with whatever you are writing about. So if you're writing about the reading of the week, then what I'm looking for is not so much recitation of everything that you read about that particular week, but whatever things stuck out to you, and I want for you to be able to express yourself and interact with the material. If you can do that in one paragraph, then that's certainly okay. If you do, now, for example, if you do it in a audio or video podcast, and I'm hoping that you'll keep it less than 5 minutes. We don't want rambling posts because it's not about how much, but the quality of what you are turning in your blogging. One area of confusion is this business of commenting and what the expectations are for the comments between you and your classmates. And so basically the idea here is you go to a classmate's blog, you read the blog post. Generally it'll be about the reading, but it doesn't necessarily have to be just about the reading. Read the blog post, and then you're going to want to go down to their comment area and add your own comment. One thing you should be aware of is that some of the blogs are set up where once you hit post comment, that the comment actually disappears because it needs to be verified by your classmate. And so what you basically need to do before you hit post your comment is go back to your blog and make sure to copy what you said down so that it doesn't get lost. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into my iWeb here and my comment. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste what I wrote. Now that's really good. Okay, and then what I need to do, and this is the area people get kind of messed up, is you also need to very much make sure that you copy the post that your neighbor did, so that it gives me a context as to what it is that you are commenting on. Classmates, original post, and then of course it helps if Tom, and then you put the post in there. Now obviously you're going to want to make this look a little bit better so that it's legible and all that sort of stuff. But the point is that you take, it could be reverse order if whatever, you can put your classmates' post first and your post second. But the idea is that in the commenting area, you need to have your comment and your classmates' comment. And again, it's one of these sorts of things, just like the reading, just like everything else, that if your comment is, ooh, really cool blog post, and it really doesn't show any engagement or any kind of actual interaction with the blog post, then it's not what we're really looking for. What we're really looking for is engagement. It doesn't have to be long. In fact, we prefer that it's relatively short, but it needs to reflect that you have spent some time, and then obviously you've posted it to your neighbor's blog, and now you've copied it into your blog. And this is basically what I am looking for in these sorts of things. As is noted here, the format, it could be text, it could be embedded video, could be embedded audio. And so how that kind of works is that, so for example, you might do the reading for the week, and instead of writing out a response or a comment, then you can go ahead and use something like a photo booth and record yourself in making the response.
So one way you could post your blog is to open up the photo booth application and go ahead and read your notes from your reading, for example. Just try to keep it nice and short.
Yeah, so what we are looking for is we're looking for short responses. And then you'll also notice if you go through, I'll go ahead and leave a link to this faux blog that I put together. You'll notice that every single blog post has some kind of graphical image. And that's very much what we're looking for. So, well, that was the one that the student comment. So you want to add a little bit to what you're doing, adding, a little bit of something to what you're doing here. So again, to recap, 4 blog posts every week. One of them specifically about the reading, 2 of them a comment on a classmate's blog that you copy and paste back to your blog, and then one of them is a free choice, could be about a project of the week, publishing leadership, or could be if you've missed a WIMBA session for that particular week. One thing to note is that I want to make sure that I emphasize a little bit here is that you need to make sure, regardless of which platform that you're using, that you include the name of the week with the individual blog post title. And here you have the example in my Blogger version of the faux student blog. Week 4, and then you scroll down and it basically keeps to week 4. And the reason I want to emphasize this is that there will be a tendency for some individuals to want to be a little bit cute and add all kinds of special names to whatever their blog post title is. And it's important that I see the 4 that you're required to do: the reading, the comments, and the like. And then also recognize the fact that there are times when you're going to do all your blog posts and you may forget one, and I'll tell you, if I can grade it quickly enough, that you've forgotten one. And then when you make the correction, if you are not careful in terms of adding the name of the week, then then you're asking me to guess whether or not this is something that belongs in week 3 or week 4 or whatever have you. So please make sure that you do not end up like this poor gentleman here, all frustrated to do the work. You are more than welcome to add more than 4 blog posts each week. And if you find yourself, where you do the 2 comments and the reading post, and then maybe you missed a WIMBA, so there's a 4th one right there, and then maybe you want to do something for the publishing and leadership, and then maybe something important happened, you could do as many as you want, obviously. This is your place to express yourself and communicate with your classmates, and I'm hoping it's a very positive experience for you. Hope you enjoy this, and I will also have more specific videos about the different blogging platforms, starting with iWeb and then with Blogger, so that there's a few things that each of these platforms offers that's a little bit different from the other. So hoping this works out for you, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.